Azure DevOps services are in the cloud. In this video, we'll look at various ways to interact with the services. There are several different interface choices that provide access to these services. We can use the Azure DevOps web portal, the Azure DevOps command line, plus we can use developer tools like Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. The Azure DevOps web portal is the primary way I'll access the services in this course. Once logged into the site, you'll see all your projects. Within a project, you can access its boards, its repos, pipelines, test plans, and artifacts. The Azure command line interface, the CLI, provides a set of commands used to create and manage Azure resources. It's designed to help you interact with Azure with an emphasis on automation. It's available across Azure services, including the DevOps services, and it's a popular tool for performing administrative actions with your Azure resources. The Azure CLI is not pre-installed on your computer, so you will need to install it. You can find the installer at this URL. I installed the Windows version, but it's also available for Mac OS and Linux environments. You will need to install the Azure DevOps extension for the Azure CLI. This extension allows you to interact with Azure DevOps services directly from the command line. The Azure CLI and the Azure DevOps extension are related but serve different purposes. The Azure CLI is a cross-platform command line tool that provides a set of commands for creating and managing Azure resources. It's designed to work with the entire range of Azure and is a general-purpose tool for managing Azure resources directly from the terminal. The Azure DevOps extension adds additional commands to the CLI specifically tailored for Azure DevOps services. Here's how to install and enable the DevOps extension from the Windows terminal. This assumes the Azure CLI and the DevOps extensions are installed. Use the AZ command, shown in yellow text, to work with Azure. That's followed by arguments to add the extension named Azure-DevOps. After the extension is installed, I can log into my account and begin managing the services. Here's an example. I'm using the AZ command, then repos, that's one of the DevOps extensions, and then I'm using an argument called create. So I'm going to create a new repository within a team project. The repo is named example, and it will be created in the Sentinel project. This command lists all the repositories in the Sentinel project. So it starts with AZ, then repos, then the word list. I'm telling it to use the project Sentinel to find the information and then output the information into a table. Another logical place to access DevOps is through your development IDEs and editors. Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code offer integration with DevOps services. For example, it's logical to want to work with Azure repos from your code editor. It would be convenient to create new branches or commit code changes directly from the IDE. You can do this, and we will see a few examples of how this works in the Azure repos chapter. However, many actions can only be performed through the Azure DevOps web portal, which is why we rely on the portal for most of the examples in this course. In summary, to effectively harness the power of Azure DevOps, you'll interact with the services through its four primary access tools: the web portal, the Azure CLI, Visual Studio, or Visual Studio Code. They enable seamless integration with Azure DevOps services, ensuring that whether you're coding, tracking, or deploying, you have the right tool at your fingertips. To begin your journey with Azure DevOps, I recommend visiting the Azure DevOps website. There you can access detailed documentation and find licensing costs for your organization or for this course. Let's discuss pricing. Please note that pricing can change over time, so the cost mentioned here might not be accurate in the future. There are two licensing options: Azure DevOps Services and Azure DevOps Server. For this course, I am using Azure DevOps Services, which is a hosted service managed by Microsoft on their servers. If you have reasons that prevent you from using Microsoft hosted services, such as legal restrictions on hosting your source code on external servers, you may want to consider licensing Azure DevOps Server. This option allows you to install and run the DevOps tools on your own hardware. As I mentioned, I'm using Azure DevOps Services for this course. I am using the basic plan shown here in the screenshot. More details about this in a minute. For some teams, it can make sense to choose individual services, which is useful if you have some of your DevOps needs met by other vendors. With the basic plan, the first 5 users are free. We can use 4 of the 5 services at no cost: pipelines, boards, repos, and artifacts. If we need test plans, there will be an additional charge. Like many Azure services, If we exceed certain thresholds, we incur extra costs. For example, using too many minutes in pipelines or storing excessive data in Azure artifacts will result in additional charges. However, for the scope of this course, it shouldn't cost you anything. To get started, simply click the Start Free button. This will take you to a sign-in page where you can use your personal or work account to sign in. In summary, the Azure DevOps Basic Plan is free for small teams. No need to provide a credit card to get started. That's what I'm using for the course.